This might look like a Kalashnikov, but it's not. This is a CZ model 2008, which is basically an updated and civilianized version of the model 58, also made by CZ. So you'll notice here the it says vz2008 Sporter. And for those of you that don't know, in Czech, vz is short for model. So, and even though it looks like a Kalashnikov, there are actually no interchangeable parts. It is a completely different design. Even the magazine is different. It takes a completely different magazine. It's kind of an interesting magazine. It's got the slide release or slide catch hold button thingy. It's actually right here on the outside of the magazine. The slide release or slide catch is right here, and so when the last round is fired, that button pushes up and pushes this up. So it's a little bit different than anything I've ever seen in that the slide catch is actually external on the where it connects with the magazine. Kind of interesting. The most striking thing about this rifle is the wood impregnated plastic furniture that's on it, which is something that caught my eye when I first saw it. A lot of people say it looks ugly. I think it looks really cool. It is something I've wanted for a while. So this, like the Kalashnikov, shoots the 7.62 Soviet, also known as the 7.62 by 39. Could do a whole segment just on this caliber alone. It's a very complicated caliber as far as reloading. It actually takes different size bullets. I love the packaging on this communist stuff. It's important to have this little slip of paper in here because you don't know what's going to happen to your ammo if you don't. So, yeah, I think this, I love the furniture on this thing. It just, I don't know, maybe I should have been a psychology major, but it just kind of gets me into the mind of a communist for a little bit and kind of see how their minds tick and wonder, you know, when they were developing this rifle, who was the person to think, wow, it would look really good to chop up some wood, put it through a processor, and impregnate it in plastic. That would look so cool. But it does look cool, and it is supposed to be a little bit stronger than conventional plastic, a little bit more durable than conventional plastic, but not quite as heavy as wood. So we'll take this puppy apart. Can you, let me see if you guys can see this while I hold it up like this. Not so well. All right. So first thing is to this will actually take a step back. I know it's cleared, but it's been in my safe, but I will show clear anyway. No rounds in the chamber. It is clear. One thing, you know, the first thing you'll notice about this, unlike the Russian Kalashnikov or the Soviet Kalashnikov, the cover goes all the way up, so the bolt is internal, but on this one it's actually external, so when you fire it, it opens. Which this cover here is kind of, I guess, unnecessary. I don't know if it's gonna, I don't really think this would impede, you know, or hurt the firing by worrying about sand or dirt or anything, because I would think it would just fall right through. And this is such a heavy-duty bolt and spring. I can't picture any of that stuff jamming it up, but who knows. So I have heard some of the feedback. I know some guys have seen these in Afghanistan, and some of the feedback is that the Afghanis do not prefer this to the Kalashnikov. They do prefer the Kalashnikov, even though they have found some of these over there. So I don't know if that's due to sand or what. So to disassemble, first thing you want to do, pull the trigger like on a Glock. Then you press out, cover, catch. This lifts out, and the spring is connected to the rail cover, which kind of makes it nice. One less piece to lose. Everything's connected. The bolt, you just pull it to the rear, pull it out. Now the lower receiver is completely disassembled. This is all the farther you need to take it. And for the bolt, pull this out and lift it out. It's two pieces, and this piece here just kind of sits in there. Now, you really don't need to take this part out, but you can, and it's actually kind of a pain, but you pull it out, you twist it. There's a little groove right there. Twist it. Springs fit in here. I like this because there's very few parts. Let's see if I can get it back in. This is always the toughest part, is getting stuff back in. There we go. Pull that back, and then this bolt face right here sits towards the front. Oh, oops, upside down. I haven't taken this apart too many times, so just got it about a month ago. Pretty good deal. If you look, jgsales.com has these for $350, which is a lot cheaper than the $1,000 I've seen elsewhere for them. This one is used, but it's pretty much as durable as a Kalashnikov, so being used doesn't really matter. I believe it's mil-serp. I think all the parts are used. The receiver is new, of course, American made, has to be. So then to get this out, kind of like an AK, pull it out. There's a little tube here, which apparently I didn't clean very well after I fired it last time. Probably should clean that. Nice thing about this, I have not put a lot of rounds through it yet. I think I've only shot maybe 40 rounds or so. Nice thing about it, as with the Kalashnikov, it stays pretty clean. The bolt and everything, yeah, there is some cleaning, but not too bad. Most of the dirt and grime is caught up in here. So one thing you might have noticed as I take this apart is that it is striker fired, like a Glock. See if I can get this puppy lined up here. There we go. And then this little hootenanny right here. I'm sure hootenanny is not the Czechoslovakian appropriate term, but anyway, to get that forward, pull the trigger, and it'll slide forward. Get these springs lined up. I do, the safety on it I like much better than on a Kalashnikov. I don't like the Kalashnikov safety, to be honest. This is a lot closer to what I'm used to. The only weird thing on safe is down, so when you're carrying it on safe, if you normally carry with your finger forward, it's, you got the safety right there, which is uncomfortable, but I guess it would be a reminder that, hey, it's on safe, or whatever. So, and then a fire, you just simply turn it to fire. So, but it's much smoother than on the Kalashnikov. So, go over some of the specs on this thing. It is a caliber, of course, 7.62 Soviet. It's semi-auto. The effective range on it is 2,624 feet. Approximate muzzle velocity is 2,300 FPS. Actually, it's 2,312. Practical rate of fire for the semi-auto, it lists 40 shots per minute, but I mean, it's as fast as you can pull the trigger. I guess practical rate of fire. You got the practical in front of there. So I guess to accurately fire, 40 shots per minute. The length with stock extended, and I think the reason they put extended, this diagram here is actually for the folding stock, metal stock, 35.5 inches. So I guess I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that the folding stock is the same length as this fixed stock. Can't confirm that though. I would have to actually measure. The height on this without the magazine is 6 1/4 inches. The folding stock version with the stock folded is 27 inches. This barrel 16 1/4 inches. Weight with an empty magazine is 7 pounds. Trigger pull it has listed out at 5.7. I'll say it actually has a pretty nice trigger pull on it when I was at the range. It's pretty crisp, especially compared to my Kalashnikov. Magazine capacity is 30 rounds. Where I live, I suppose there are some places that have less than that, but typical magazine capacity is 30. Adjustable rear sight and a front post sight. As far as the sights and that stuff goes, almost identical to the Kalashnikov. I think it is identical. Might be a little bit different, not a lot. It's got this little thing on here, the Sling Holder, which I don't think I like it. I mean, it works great if you have a sling. It works great, but if you don't have a sling on it, there's a lot of jiggling around. Same on the rear here. Kind of noisy if you don't have a sling on it. So I guess if you had a sling, it wouldn't be an issue. This here is the magazine release. And of course, like the Kalashnikov, it is the tilt magazine where you put it in and tilt it back. Overall, I really enjoy shooting this rifle. It's pretty accurate. I've shot it at 50 yards max. I haven't shot it further than that, but at 50 yards, it's pretty accurate. Combat accurate. It's, to me, actually, I had a Yugoslavian made Kalashnikov. I actually filled up my last memory card, so anyway, as I was saying, having a weapon that has gas issues that you need to keep that clean really defeats the purpose of having a Kalashnikov. So I was a little bit disappointed in the Yugoslavian grenade launcher version Kalashnikov. This, however, this thing here shoots like a dream. I know this is probably to a lot of people is probably like gonna brand me a heretic or something, but I believe this here fires better than a Kalashnikov and is a better rifle. For one thing, the trigger on it is a lot crisper, and to me it cycles more efficiently, better. Recoil is about the same on it, but to me it's a better rifle. Now, I'm saying that as a civilian. As far as a combat rifle that you can drop in the mud and fill it with sand and do all that stuff, fire it forever without cleaning, I cannot say that about this rifle. I can say that about the Kalashnikov just because it has that reputation. The vz2008, I cannot say that about because I have no idea what kind of combat record it has. In fact, as far as I know, it has not seen the conflict that the Kalashnikov has had. I know the Czechs, I'm not positive, but I believe under the Soviet system were deployed to different hotspots. But as a whole, the Czech army did not deploy or fight anyone with this rifle. So, you know, I cannot speak to the combat record of this rifle. But just as a sporter rifle, as me being a civilian, like I said, I believe this is actually a better rifle. And for $350, for a good one, this is a nice model. It looks nice. I would highly recommend it. So yeah, go to jgsales.com and check them out. And they do have, for the same price, you can get the folding stock version. I kind of wanted to maximize the wood impregnated plastic just because I love the looks of it, so I got the whole thing in wood. Love it. Nothing says 1950s communist like wood impregnated plastic. So as always, any questions, give me a chat or whatever. Semper Fi.